What's going on, guys? Shane here. Today we're talking about how to minimize telegraphing. Now, telegraphing is when you load up and let your opponent know that you're throwing a shot. And once you get to the advanced levels, you need to minimize it or eliminate it completely because people will be catching you before you can fire anything off. And the number one reason why people telegraph is because they're loading up for power. You need to stop concerning yourself with power and just land your shots. Let's take a look at how. Okay, so you can telegraph your punches with your arms and shoulders. One of the most common is when people rock into a punch or they cock their hand back and then throw. You can telegraph with your hips as well, winding up into a shot or with the left hook. You can also telegraph with your feet. You often see that stutter step. Well, I'm obviously trying to close off the distance for a reason. Like I said, once you start fighting at an advanced level, people are going to be catching you before you fire anything off. Just think about the path that my arm is traveling, right? So let's talk about the first one, rocking into it. My hand is here, it comes up, comes down, then this little circle motion, and then I throw. Whereas if I throw right from guard, it only has to travel that far, from here to here. It's gonna get there a hell of a lot quicker, okay? Same thing with winding up, comes all the way back here, plus I'm exposed for shots, and then I throw. If you're not landing your shots, it doesn't matter how powerful they are. Okay, so just try to touch. So what we're going to do, the drill, is just make a conscious effort in your training. Standing in front of the heavy bag, sparring, mitt work, shadow boxing, and just saying, okay, today I'm going to focus on not telegraphing. So what you're going to do is just standing right in front of the bag, guard up, and you're just going to throw. Single shots, right? I'm going to throw just a jab. I'm going to throw just a cross. Cross. Left hook. Left hook. Body shot. Right hand. Overhand right, jab. Just focusing on throwing the shot from where it's at. And the next one that's great is the double end bag. So the double end bag is awesome because it keeps you honest. It hits you back. So I'm going to throw 2 punches in a row and both of them will be telegraphed and I want you to see what happens. You're going to get smoked, right? Because it's going to catch you on that in between. Whereas if I keep my hands up and I fire it right from where they're at, let's take a look at the difference. Same 2 punches, I landed my shots, and I was guarded and protected the whole time. So if you can invest in a double end bag, I highly recommend it. And the last way to minimize telegraphing is by having more rhythm. Easier said than done, especially for us white guys. But what I want is rhythm in the hands and shoulders, hips and knees. Okay, and what I found is the best way to improve rhythm is shadow boxing to hip hop music. It has the right beat, it has the right tempo, so give that a try. And another thing is using these small hand circles. We often see this with boxers, right, where they do this. Why do they do that? It's to disguise their movements. You never know when or where the punch is coming from. And it also gives you a little bit of momentum, a little bit of inertia. Think about a car that's parked. I'm still, and I have to go 0 to 60, right, depending on how good my acceleration is, or I can already be moving. And I get a little bit of that rocking motion. So I kind of, if I just show this hand, I'm doing these hand circles. This is that loading up motion. Boom. The same way that I did this, just much more subtle. Okay, so you want to keep it minimal. You want to keep your hands up to your face. Sometimes I just like touching my cheekbones or eyebrows, making sure that my guard is in and high. But I can keep this subtle movement, hand circles going. I can also juke high and low, right? So working the knees, and I can shift my shoulders by turning my hips over, right? If I go over here, some people think that's a left hook. Well, I can fire off my right hand from here, and then I can throw a powerful left hook, right? So I'm using my hands, I'm using my shoulders, my hips, and my knees. Give that one a try. Alright guys, thanks for watching. So remember, it's just a conscious effort. When you're training, shadow boxing, hitting the heavy bag, sparring, are you telegraphing your shots? And if you are, you need to stop. So try these exercises and let me know how they worked out for you down in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Shane with fightTIPS for the underdogs.